The Kettenkrad and assembly is just almost done on it. I actually started doing the little, I guess it's the rear section back here, but it's one thing that I haven't put on is there's little wing nuts that go on here. There's 4 of them. I'll put that on just a little bit later. I guess it's supposed to tilt down, but it's not going to, so I permanently glued it in place, so we're in good shape there. But I did get the tire on, got the rod that goes in the tire, and then a couple of bolts and everything that fit on the end there. On the handlebar, there should be 2 hoses that actually go through here, go through the little loop thing, and then they fit down in somewhere. I haven't figured out exactly where, but if I can't, I'll cut them just long enough to where we can get them in there and basically find a good place to put them. But anyway, that's pretty much done. All I got to really do is put the seats on, but I'm going to do all that last. I actually want to get the body work done and then paint it. But I probably, before I do the body work, because there's not a whole lot to do, it's just a little bit here and there, I'm going to put the track on. And that'll probably be a week's worth of track duty, but I'd like to get it started on, and then we can start doing some sanding and all that good stuff. But anyway, it's basically pretty much similar. I just got a little bit, few more parts to put on, and we'll be good to go on that. Not too shabby. So anyway, that's where I stand on Mr. Kettenkrad. However, I was going to leave the wheel off, but I think I'm going to make it difficult and paint it on with it on anyway. I got some MIG tire paint that I want to try, so I want to try that out on that and do some washes and pigments and all that good stuff. But anyway, we'll jump that bridge once we get there. But anyway, there is that. The bird of prey. I went back in and finished painting the green color, the RLM color that I used for the base coat. Finished all where I skipped and missed and everywhere else. And then I went in with metallic gray. And I did get the, what are they, I want to say vents, the louvers there. Got them metallic gray. Got the gun metallic gray, and basically I am down to doing some different panels of green, and then of course doing the bottom red there, which for the green I may not mask. I haven't decided really how I want to do it. Sometimes I may just take the airbrush, put it on a low setting, and just do faded panels and do it that way. And then, of course, I'll have to mask the bottom for the red just to get it straight, but that's pretty much that. And then I got to paint this red, and then basically we'll be down to washes and pigments and all that good stuff, and we'll dirty it up. Really fun project. I can't wait to put more weather and gives it more character. When I had the metallic gray out, I went ahead and painted the metallic gray on the Viper there, the guns, the sides, and then it was getting late last night and I stopped, but I need to finish the engine thrusters back there, finish that metallic gray, and then I got to take pictures, and then hopefully after I get the pictures done this afternoon, then we can start putting the base coat on, which is going to be about a pale gray. So I'm looking forward to that, and we're going to get close to getting a lot of paint on the Viper. And hopefully, because I can't decide if I want to paint the decals or paint the stripes or add decals for the stripes. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, but we'll jump that bridge once we get there too. The TV8. One thing I did do, I got the track on, and man, I got them on crooked. And they're, it's this type of plastic is basically I want to call it toy plastic. It's styrene, but it's a real thicker toy type plastic. It's not really the best, but anyway, I got most of the curve on there. You can see there's a gap. What I want to do is I want to dirty up the track here with some that mud stuff you can buy that's in a jar. And we're not going to make totally muddy tracks, but we're going to do it in certain spots so we can hide the track. The individual tracks, they really just, they weren't really working. I kind of wish it was like Magic Track where you could just pop them together and keep on going. But anyway, not too bad. I pretty much got that fixed, so it's all super glued on, and I'll put some weathering stuff on it, and we'll be able to make that look great. I got the turret ring on there. Got the turret together. I know why it's cast. On the bottom here, it's actually got a. I was trying to sand it off, the pour plug, and I actually took too much off on one side, so I basically got it down to a point, and then I just super glued it together, and then I'll just take some putty and putty that, and we'll be good to go. I did get the barrel on, and I haven't figured out. It really don't really stay. I mean, it kind of does, so. I'll try to either rig something up to where I'll pop another drill a hole and put a like a rod in there, so you'll be able to turn it. That's my game plan. There's my assistant, and so I'll probably just take a piece of brass rod and just drill a hole and put that in there, so it should work out, and it should be a little more stiffer because it's awfully loose, and it should be able to make it where you can turn it how you want it. But it's that's looking cool, and this really needs to be like a 35th scale tank. I mean, at least 35th. I think it'd be pretty darn slick. The female tank, I gotta paint the brown camo, which I haven't really got to yet, but I did get the track on. It's a rubber track, and I always usually super glue it on the bottom. I don't like to, I try not to burn them like you do the old 70 style tracks. But that's 72nd scale, and this is 72nd scale, so you can see the size difference there on there. Not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to try to get the brown on that today, and then I'll probably start weathering it. I haven't really decided if I want to do that yet, or wait till I at least get the chassis painted and then weather the track and everything else. But who knows, just depending on the mood I'm in. Warhammer. I did, it's not, and I haven't completely painted him. I started this morning, but I did, I got most of the gold on him. I had to stop to a point because I got to get, where my fine brushes are there. And then go in and trace around his skin and everything. And I forgot to paint the back of his hand flesh there, so I got to go back in with some flesh, get that on. That's why I always like to get all the base coats on. That way, if you forgot something, you can go back in and touch it up with a little bit of washes and wherever. But anyway, using old gold for the base coat, and then I'll probably do at least probably a brown wash, and then I'll go in with some highlights, and I'll try to highlight gold, which I've never really done, but I want to do some dry brushing, bring out and get the highlights in there. And then of course we got to paint the shield and all that good stuff, so we will get it done, and it will look cool. And then we get to make the little base, put a little diorama, put a little groundwork on there. He'll look sharp. The Road Runner. Let me have a drink of coffee here, and I'll explain what I have done. I'm getting close to finishing it. I did add the side lights there with to my clear red and orange. It's hard to see the colors, but they are there. Once that dries, really, I'm going to take a little bit of Future and take a little paintbrush and just give them a little bit of a shine, just to make them look like they're under glass, if you will. I did get both sides. And it's hard to see the orange and the red. I mean, it probably looks all the same color. I did get the little, I want to say 383 decal on there. It's really hard to see, but you can. There's the Roadrunner decal that goes on the side there. Did get the back Roadrunner decal on. Got the side Roadrunner. and right here on the hood, and I had to cheat, and I'll show everyone over here. Should be a Pontiac decal, and that goes on there, but on the decal sheet, there isn't such thing. So what I did is I took, basically, there's a Roadrunner decal, and I basically took it around, and you really can't read it, but I took it, cut it out, and glued it on. So it's basically a cheating decal where it basically should say Pontiac, but that's pretty close as I can get to that. One thing I got to do is add, I got to paint the door handles and a couple little things, and put the fake mirrors on, and we'll be good to go. And while I was at it, I did print out a custom, if I can get the light not shining, decal plate for the back here. So focus. I can't do it, but anyway, that's on there. So we are basically pretty much good to go. Just got to do a little more painting, and pretty much knock that out. So that's where I stand on it. So a little bit more. One thing I did do is I did get the hood down. I had to whack off the brackets, and I'll show everyone that once I get the. Don't like to touch it when decals are on until I at least seal it, just in case I accidentally touch it with my finger or something. But I did cut the brackets, and I had to glue the motor more down on the chassis there. That the air filter thing, the air cleaner was making the hood and also not sit down properly. But anyway, that's fixed, that's flush, and we are good to go. So a little more on that, and we'll be finishing up really soon. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. I may have a shed update depending on how hot it is today or tomorrow. But anyway, we are getting close to finishing the Roadrunner, adding paint to the Warhammer figure there. The TV8 getting assembled. Hopefully the female tank getting painted. We are getting ready to paint the Viper. Getting ready for a little more paint and weathering for the Bird of Prey. And the Kettenkrad continues. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.